Okay, I wanted to put together this quick video, hopefully, because I haven't seen too many YouTube videos regarding these packs, these Mystery Ranch packs, and there are some features that I wanted to show you in particular about this TerraFrame 80-liter pack made by Mystery Ranch. You can go to the website mysteryranch.com to check out how they developed from Dana Designs, the two folks that had that company back in the 80s, I suppose, and then they sold out. So I won't go through that here, nor will I go through all of the features. It's January 16th of 2019, and I'm leaving soon for a trip to the Adirondacks of New York State, around the Lake Placid region. Temperatures are expected to be maybe 10 degrees, 0 degrees, dropping down to minus 10 degrees on Saturday, maybe minus 20 degrees on Sunday with predicted 17 inches of snowfall. So we're probably going to head out on early Sunday for that reason. Nevertheless, I'm packed up here with this 80-liter bag for four nights out, 3 days and 4 nights out, which I could stretch to 4 days and 5 nights if needed, fully loaded up. Nevertheless, not fully loaded up. I have still more stuff to add in here. I'm also testing some gear, so I have more than I would usually bring on a winter trip. Typically, I'm taking my, and I'm a hammock guy, not a tenter. Well, we'll go into that. So typically I'm taking my ULA Catalyst pack, which I have set up here with a synthetic bag that I'm testing from the Wiggies company out in Colorado and Alaska. I want to check this bag out. So maybe I'll hike to the base camp and then come back to the car and get this bag. I'm not sure. So my hammock is in here. I have a War Bonnet Ridge Runner, and they came out with a Scandinavian underquilt, perhaps minus 20 degrees for that Ridge Runner, but they haven't sold enough to actually get an accurate temperature rating. So just one of the things I wanted to test. That's my typical winter pack. And so why did I get the Mystery Ranch packs? Well, I get on Massdrop, there was a drop for this Mystery Ranch day pack. This is the hard Scrabble day pack, and I forgot what the cost was. And you know how Massdrop works, you buy it first, and then at some point a few weeks later or 6 weeks later the thing comes in the mail. So, you know, a new day pack, why not? And I took it out of the box, and immediately I was disappointed. I said to myself, you know, this is a day pack. I don't know I forgot how many liters in this pack. 2 torpedo pockets here, maybe 18 liters, I'm not sure. But I immediately put it aside and I was disappointed. And as soon as I picked it up, I said to myself, you know, who in the world for a day hike of this size is going to carry 2.57 ounce, 2.5 pound day pack, much heavier than the other packs that I have and most of us have, overbuilt. But I got the pack and then immediately had to run to a client meeting, and so this was the only thing I had. It was a real emergency. I normally wouldn't do this. So I shoved in here my 2-volume Internal Revenue Code, and my McKinney's books and the Green Book of New York. And so I had this loaded up with a lot of legal books, put it on my back, strapped the hip belt, went out down the hall to the elevator, and I said to myself at the elevator, oh God, I forgot my books. And I realized, no, they were on my back. And so that's the point, that this pack and its suspension system was able to carry probably 25 pounds of textbooks, and it didn't feel like that. And so that got me looking more into the Mystery Ranch line of packs. And so I picked up this 80, this is called the TerraFrame 80. liter pack, sometimes referred to as an 82 liter pack. I've seen that. And this is loaded up with the equipment that I mentioned earlier that I could stretch to 5 nights and 4 days, 5 nights if I needed to, but still some items that are not included in the body of the bag, which I will need to fit in somehow. Again, just too overkill with respect to the Wool X base layers that I have. I have the 100, 200, and 300 Wool X. Not quite sure if that's needed, plus other stuff that I may not need. I'm trying to go quick, so let me, and so all my food is in here for all of that time, but not water. So I just want to quickly get a weight on this. Management is renovating the apartment across the hall, and today's the day they decide to take out the sledgehammers. So there's nothing I can do about that. The scale is zeroed out. There's a carrying yoke back here, no strap. So that's zeroed out. That's not reading right. 36.8, I'm not gonna wait. 36 pounds all in. 36 pounds all in without water, so not bad, but I probably still have another 4 pounds. 40 pounds, not terrible. Not terrible at all without crampons. But for the fact that what I don't have in here for my winter trip is my camp shovel needed, plus also my this is a Stevenson's Warm Light, 2-person tent, 3 pounds, 2, I believe. It's a nice tent, plus my Exped 9 down-filled inflatable bag. Inside this large size Dyneema bag from Z-Packs for waterproofness. So those are the two main items that I don't have in here, which is why I wanted to do this quick video. So nothing so spectacularly different about this bag to point out, to spend time on that, except that the water bottle pockets are just silly. There's no way in the world you're getting an Nalgene bottle in there. It's just too tight to mesh when the body is filled, too tight. And there's also not even a small hip belt pocket for lip balm or granola bar, or those just come in handy, and sort of they're on every single pack these days. Even on, of course, not even on, but this is of course the ULA stuff is well designed, and we're all familiar with this. The deep water bottle pockets on these packs is enormous. Whereas for a company that prides itself on their equipment being built for the mission, well, they could do a couple of things differently on this pack. In addition, a lot of the packs we're familiar with have this nice stretchy mesh on the back, and we're very familiar with how much this stuff holds, especially on these ULA packs. And this pack has the what is this? This is a one of a foam mat with that reflective on it, which would go underneath the down mat for the snow. Again, I have to go to the ground for this trip, as much as I really don't want to. But this pack has the torpedo pockets on the side. I think I have my bed, my first aid kit. Anyway, this has these I think it's a mole strap or mole strap, a sort of a military style, and I'm not so familiar. Obviously, we can lash stuff to this here, but wasn't in the military, not so familiar with the utility of how this might work. I suppose there are lots of different functions, but just I'm not so used to that. But here's the point. Here's the main point, which is this is actually an external frame pack. It's an external frame pack, and so here's how. Because my tent, the inflatable pad and the shovel are not in here. But look at this. So you undo these side buckles, 2 on each side, and then this top buckle, which is now that top buckle, gets undone, and then back here, in the back is another set of buckles that holds the pack, and so that comes down, and back here now, unbuckle that guy, and now this whole external, I didn't do the bottom compression straps, and so this guy, okay, so you see what's going on there. That whole system, the external frame just separated from the main body. And so now what you can do is readjust these straps in the back. It's adjustable, so this shelf, this bottom shelf here, I guess it's stretched out about 8 inches wide or so. That's adjustable, shorter or longer. I just want to hurry up a bit. And what you do is take these extra items. In the video, they have a pack raft or a stand-up board or something like that. You put that on there. I'm going to put my shovel on there, and then you take the pack and sort of wrap that in there, you see, and then take the side straps, take the side compression straps and reattach to the external frame. Side. Release that. That's the strap. That's actually the bottom strap. Top strap, top side strap. Pulling that in. Pull that in a bit more. And let me attach the top side. So straps come around. Video wasn't really clear about this because they used the TerraFrame 50, which is a different design, to show how to use this, what they call the overload feature. So many buckles, it took a while, more than it should have, to figure this out. But that's how you're reattaching the external frame to the pack across the shroud. And now you want to do the bottom also. So tightening up the bottom, back to the sides here, turning that over, back to the side, and cinching down the top. So it's overloaded, the pack, but that's the point of the overload feature. I think I buried that strap somewhere. I think there was a strap coming up from the side, but I must have buried it. I don't know, but I see two buckles here, which we'll have to do. And I think those are actually the correct female side for the top lid. So another design, you know what, a design flaw. Who am I to say it's a design flaw? But the top lid, you see, the top lid is just not wide enough. It's not wide enough. But point being, knock that down. And so here you go. So I have the tent now, the Exped mattress, and my shovel, nice and secure in that pack. So we've turned an 80 or an 82 liter pack probably to a 100 liter pack. And in the living room, I'm not sure of the, well, let's see what we got here, have on weight. I don't have this 1 pound guy attached. So what do we have here? That 40 pounds before? Where can this go? That's not going to cause damage. Let's zero it out. It's coming in at 44 pounds. It didn't lock, but it's coming in at 44. Call it 45 pounds with that bag. So, you know, I guess reasonable for the winter, but there's still more stuff to go in here. And of course, because it didn't have the hip belt pockets, I had to separately. It was, you know, it's $450 for this pack. So for them not to include the reasonable side pocket and the hip belt pocket, you know, come on. So I bought this Arc'teryx, $59 at Paragon for this pouch, you know, for granola for your lunch on the trail, so you don't have to get into the pack, as you know. But the main point again is, now I have a shoulder injury, so cut me some slack with respect to putting this bag on, I tore my Supra Spinatus trying to match these dudes bench pressing 250 or something, which I wasn't up to. So, you know, what? Now I'm glad I spent the money for this pack, because it's most definitely carrying this weight much better than, for example, this this Catalyst just gets really sloppy, at least for me, at 30 pounds. Sorry about that. Doing the best I can. How's it look? It feels great. It really does. This pack is really doing its job as far as carrying this heavy load. Sort of, it's brand new, so I'm having some difficulty adjusting the hip belt properly. Plus, you know, we know in the summer, or especially here in the living room, your hips are reasonably exposed. Once you put on that puffy and you have that slippery nylon, well, you know, the belt is not grabbing your hips anymore. I don't care what anyone else says, and I've noticed it 100 times as well on my trips. Nevertheless, the pack feels really good. It's not loaded with 80 pounds. I do have my water bottles hook on here somehow. But that's that. And in addition, the second part is, so that I bought this 80-liter pack with the overload feature, and almost certainly this is, actually I purchased this for the end of January 2019 Adirondack Mountain Club Winter Mountaineering School up near Lake Placid, New York. Temperatures maybe, you know, minus 20, minus 25 degrees, probably not colder than that. But at that polar vortex last year, they did get kind of low. In any event, so even this 80-liter pack I have group gear in here as well, which I normally would not carry, an extra tarp and a Cedar Summit large water bucket, just some items that I normally would not carry. I really want to go with my hammock setup. Sorry, spammers, you know, they always call at the worst time. So I have, or Moose Jaw is another company that I purchased from just about daily. I'm looking at here 3 different types of mountaineering boots, which 2 I'll send back. And nevertheless, I also picked up this Mystery Ranch T100, a 100-liter 100-liter pack, an internal frame pack. And so what I'd like to do is, I mean, it's a 100-liter pack. So, I mean, it's cavernous, as you'd expect, just cavernous. So I'd like to see if I can unload quickly enough. It's getting late. I do have to get on the road. If I can do this in 30 minutes, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just take this. I'm just going to a motel tonight near Lake Placid, and maybe I'll repack up there. So I would just like to see how everything I have in this pack, whether it's going to fit better in this 100-liter pack than what I have here. I'm sure the load carrying capacity, I think I've read 150 pounds. I mean, what kind of gear are you carrying that weighs 150 pounds? I don't know. The company does a lot of work for designs packs for the military. So the guys are carrying ammunition and grenades and whatever else that you carry in Afghanistan. I never served. So, you know, I'll take this bag with me to the motel and perhaps repack and see how this gear that I have, plus other gear, which I'm taking with me in the car, fits into this pack, because there's really no more room in this pack. I have a smaller, lightweight day pack. I guess I could put, you know, we've seen guys carry something like this. You know, maybe I'll do that, but I just don't want to be one of those guys. I would rather not do that. I would rather not do that. Something like that. But it might be necessary, I wonder. With snowshoes, breaking trail, you know, that's kind of insane. It's insane, but we're going out in -20-degree weather and 17 inches of snow, so insanity has somewhat of a different definition for our group, right? So that's it. I don't want to take up any more time, and I want to hit the road, and I'll see which pack I'm actually going to use. Hopefully we'll see. And then I'll follow up here with some, I'll take my camera, if it doesn't freeze, out onto the trail. Sorry. I'll take my camera out and hopefully get some photos and video of the pack in use and my impressions of what's going on here, or with this mystery ranch. Most likely now, you know, I've already bought them, so it's unlikely I'll be sending these packs back. This additional insanity, which is par for the course of going out in this type of weather, right? It's what we do. So, enough for now. See you on the trail. So I ended up repacking everything from the TerraFrame 80 over to the Mystery Ranch T100, which, because of the expanding shroud and the ability to put a compression roll underneath the lid, and the lid itself is much more spacious, I actually have more room with this Mystery Ranch pack, although I haven't found a place yet in this Super 8 motel room in Glens Falls, New York. Pretty nice room for, I think, like $69. And so hopefully I have this stuff strapped. I can do a better job. I'll have to do a better job with the shovel, but that sleeping pad on the bottom fits in nicely. That Outdoor Research bottle, Nalgene bottle parka fits nicely, that 1400 milliliter. I'm leaving the large thermos, that insulated coffee container. I won't take that. I have another some more water. Actually, it's here. It's much lighter. And this, what I actually have in here, is not a Nalgene, but a rubberized, not a rubberized, a rubber. I'm not sure who makes this, but I've really found this rubber canteen. What does that say? Hydro Pack. I've really found this Hydro Pack, probably it's more than probably 1500 milliliters, to really come in handy. It's not heavy, it's collapsible, and tough. I've thrown that around camp for quite some time, and it still stays nice. So this will be a lighter water that I'll just put onto the front somewhere, and then I have that Terex hip belt that'll have to weigh in there somehow. So I'm kind of afraid to actually weigh this, and I'm not sure that I can with one hand. I'm sure that I cannot. And this clothes rack in the motel, I may rip this right off the wall. I just don't want to take the chance of doing that and getting charged with that, but I'm looking forward to getting to sleep. Okay, see you on the trail.